Enhancing our drawings with Adobe Firefly 3. Oh yeah, with me, Mr. G. All right, we're going to do a really quick example of what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to create a new layer in Procreate. You can do this on your paper, it'd be the exact same thing. I'm going to do this very quickly. You do not have to do this very quickly. I'm just going to give you a quick example of how well it works. So I'm just going to put a background, nice little horizon line in the background. And maybe I will have like a little road just going off into the distance here. Little highway. Very simple. This is not artistic at all, but this is just going to give you an idea of the power of this. Then I think I'm just going to have some balloons, because balloons are pretty easy for me to draw, for most people. Little string right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to save that. Let's just save it as a PNG file. We'll save it to my photos. For you, I just take a picture of it or scan it. And then we're going to close out of that. We're going to go to Firefly. Outdoor scene. Outdoor scene on grassy plains. Blue sky background. All right, so let's generate that, see what it comes up with. Okay, so we kind of have something like that. The first thing we're going to do is change it from a square to a landscape, because that's what our that's what Procreate is in, is landscape. And then now we are going to do a reference photo. So we'll click on Upload Image here. Go from my photo library. The whole thing that we did. Continue on, and now we can add a little bit more detail. Now I will add a comma in here. Let's see here, a road. I'm going to use my fingers for this. A road comes from the horizon to the bottom left corner. There are, let's go multicolored balloons floating. You could make it say whatever color you wanted. In the air. And what do we have? A table rests in the foreground, which means the closest to us. And we'll just see what it comes up with. All right, hit generate. And we have our table in the foreground right here. So that turned out pretty good. And the road that was coming from the very background, that looks like it turned out pretty good too. Oh, let's go take a couple of other examples. Okay, so far so good. I think one thing that I'm noticing, let's see if we can get that out of this, is that it's not as specific. It's not like really looks like our picture. And I think the problem is I put strength down here. See where this little slider is? We need to put that all the way up, I think. And then we're going to try, let's just try generating that again and see what happens. And see if it's a little bit more specific. There we go. Now it's a little bit closer to what we have, because we have specific balloons. And notice now that we even have the lines on the road that I put up there. So it's going to be a little bit more specific to our drawing. That's a really quick example of what we can do. It's super cool. What I'll do is let's upscale this, make it a little bit higher quality. We'll pick our favorite one here, my favorite one anyways. Takes a little while to generate this, and then we'll take a look at it. This one's pretty good, except that road's kind of messed up a little bit. I like number 2, and let's go with number 2, because that's the one that's probably the closest to ours. And then I'll download it, and now we'll go to our photos. And then we can take a look at our original drawing. There's the original drawing. And then we can pop back to this one. And you can see the comparison right there. It's pretty stunning. The only different thing that I see in there at all is the balloon that's kind of way up in the corner right here. But otherwise, everything else, notice like even these lines right here, watch this. You can see that the lines are very much like this. Look at this little squiggly line right here on the bottom of the string. It's the same except for they've added a ribbon to it. So that's pretty cool. And you can see how creative you could be with this. You could put mountains in the background, you could put people in there. And there's different ways that you can do this too. I'll give you let's do another example really quick because I think that this is super powerful. We're going to do it in a different style this time. We're going to do it kind of artistic. Let's do a painting. So I changed it up to painting with layered paper, and we'll call this art style. We find all of this down here under effects. And so I'm going to look at one of these, and then we're going to upscale it. That just means make it a better quality, and then we can take a look at it. So let's look at this one. You can definitely see it's got more of a painterly look to it. See how it's kind of almost like storybook style, like a little bit of a watercolor look to it, which is really pretty. A table in the background's got the grass in front of it, just like I put in there. You can see now, especially with this one here, it's almost exactly the way that we have it in the original. This one's very painterly, and so is this one too. Very kind of, yeah, this is great. It's like something that you would see in a, storybook. Here's our original. We went to kind of a photorealistic thing to like a more of a painting style. And there you have it right there. This is just one tiny little example of what Firefly 3 could do. And you can let your imagination just go completely wild in doing this. So I think this will be a lot of fun for everybody. And there are other programs to do this, but we're going to use your drawings, and then we'll see what we can come up with next time that we meet. Thanks for watching.